So I'm just happy to be here. And thanks for requesting to be a guest. I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad to be talking to you. Your platform seems
Right
very
on, man.
respectful and just kind. So I always respect that.
Yeah, thank you. And I try my best.
It's
Definitely try my
hard.
best. Yeah, it can be. I think getting, doing, screaming at each other and all that, it's too performative for me. So I just like good conversation. And I do my best to, have deep conversations on a respectful level.
Definitely. Well, hopefully I can give you something to take away from this. But we'll
Okay.
see.
All right. Let's see what we got. Yeah.
Well, I'm a Christian man. I believe in Jesus Christ, God the Father, and the Holy Spirit, and all that. I think it's a true religion only because of the things that it says in the Bible. I can't find any fault with it yet.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
That's just me.
Okay.
I'm
So
a man.
the
Oh, sorry.
Bible. Oh no, I was just going to say the Bible is. You can't find any fault with the Bible, and it's so the reason why you think it's a true religion is because of what it says in the Bible. Okay. I'm just I'm just making sure I'm with you.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. I guess I don't know what you value in life, but I'm a man that values relationships and love. And I think if
I do too.
people, yeah, I think if people really understood, like, Christianity as I guess, more of a relational text rather than like, oh, God is
Mm.
doing this, this, and this against us, then I think, there wouldn't be as many, I guess, people misconstruing the word and trying to selfishly use the Bible for their own reasons. But
Mm-hmm.
that's my opinion on that. I don't know if that's actually true.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you're saying that Christianity can be used to develop relationships with others? Because I've heard that it's a relationship, not a religion.
Yeah.
And so is that what you mean? That you can develop relationships with others and God?
Well, I think the Bible gives us a good guideline on how to be relational with other people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, be kind, love, care, do how you would want to be treated, stuff
Mm.
like that. There's simple stuff. And then there's always the wisdom literatures in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm just wondering,
Okay.
do you mind if I ask if you believe in anything or?
Well, I believe in a lot of things. Christianity is not one of them. I don't believe in any religions. I don't believe in any gods. And I'd like to think that, despite that, I do have, a lot of good relationships with a lot of people. Relationships and love are very, very important to me. And so, yeah. So, do you think that it's necessary or mandatory to be a Christian to have good relationships and to have experienced love?
Not at all. I think anybody can be good or bad. Everyone has that capability. But
Hmm.
I think most people, what we need to realize is that, like, why are we good or why are we bad? Where does good
Hmm.
come from? Where does bad come from? And I think good comes from, God, and I think bad comes from the devil. So I'm not sure how you would explain good or bad, but I don't know. I like to think that's how it is in life. I might be
Hmm.
wrong, but
Hmm.
and I guess,
Well,
yeah,
oh no, go ahead. Go ahead and finish your thought.
I guess for me, another big thing is like after we die, where we're gonna go, and obviously we can't really prove that. I want to believe there's a heaven and hell for those who have been good or
Hmm.
well, I guess it's not even about good or bad. And when we go to heaven, it's about having faith in Jesus Christ, according to the
Hmm.
Bible.
Okay. So what I'm hearing then is so Christianity is true, and the reasons why are relationships and love, and the good and bad. So morality, would that be a good way to put it?
Well, I don't. So the Bible states it doesn't really matter. Like, yes, you have to be a good moral person, but that's not going to grant you life in heaven. Because just like, there's a lot of people in the world that have been good and moral. Anybody's capable of doing good. But I think God really cares that we love him first and foremost because he is our, creator. And he's the one, just like, how a father gave us life, we have to love him back.
Mm-hmm. And so so then the biggest thing you have to do as a Christian is just believe?
Yes, faith is one big thing, but
Faith.
it's not just believing like, oh, I believe. You have to like believe with your heart and through your actions too. So like if you say you're a believer, but then you're, stealing at a store or committing crimes, that doesn't really show God that you're a believer. So that's why, like, I guess when I say faith, I show my actions and hopefully it honors God rather than, people or myself.
Is it possible to be a good person, not steal, not lie, not treat people badly, not unalive people? I mean, that's pretty extreme, but and then not believe in God. And well, first of all, is that possible? And if it is possible, why do we need religion then?
Okay, yeah. So I think yes, it is very possible to be good to people and be a morally good person, and not believe in God. But if you want to stay separated from God and not believe in him, then he doesn't have the right to be with you after you pass away. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah. So the other part is the afterlife. That was the other part you mentioned. So
yeah.
The other reason.
So,
okay.
I mean, I think it is a good thing that people are good on earth and, they do morally good things and try to keep society and the community good. I think at the end of the day, we have to look at something that's greater than us.
Yeah.
All that good we do, what is it for? Is it for ourselves just to make us feel good, or is it to, or maybe for other people or for God, or, that's how I think. That's how I.
Okay. Is it either, are the two choices, like when you're saying doing it for yourself versus doing it for God, are those the only two choices you have? Or
No.
can you do it for other reasons? Okay.
I'm sure there's a multitude of reasons, just ones I can't really think of on the top of my head. But I mean, I don't know if you're familiar with the 10 Commandments, but the first commandment is love to God with all your heart and all your might. And I want to believe that, if you do everything in your power to do your life for God, then, you're trying to be a good person, not for yourself or for people you love, because I don't think other people or yourself can send you to heaven, or or I don't think a person can give themselves validation. Is that the right word? I don't know. But I don't know.
Validation. Okay. Now, hey, you mentioned earlier that you weren't 100% sure what the right answer is. I can't remember exactly what you were talking about, but I'd like to just get a sense of how confident you are that Christianity is a true religion, like on a scale of 0 to 100. 100%, of course, being like absolutely confident, no doubt whatsoever. So where do you think you fall on that scale?
I mean, I would be dishonest in saying 100, even though I truly want to say I believe that. I do have my doubts as a human, and I do sometimes, like, cause I don't see God. I've never seen Jesus. I read the Bible, and sometimes, but I have my doubts too. And there was a long time ago, I doubted a lot, but I feel like God really answered some questions for me that I couldn't answer myself.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
In the
And so when you say Oh, I'm sorry. I
Oh, no,
interrupted you. Go ahead.
no, you're good. Go
Finish.
ahead. No, you're good. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just really interested in what you said about that God answered some questions for you. Um, and then I was also, so I'd like to unpack that a little bit and then also unpack a little bit about like your doubts, because I think that's a super honest answer and I really appreciate that. I think that, yeah, a lot of times I get folks who come in and just say, yeah, I'm 100% convinced. And it's not that I think that they're being dishonest, but, uh, but I can, but I think sometimes it's really, I just feel it's really honest when you say, yeah, I have my doubts sometimes, you know, and, so yeah, that's a really honest answer in my opinion. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. I
Yeah.
don't want to lie to you, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I appreciate that, but like it would matter. But yeah, I hear you.
It
And
matters to me.
okay, all right. Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Now, how do you think? What would it take for you to get to 100% confidence?
Honestly, I think I would probably say like actually like seeing God or Jesus Christ or like meeting
Mm,
face to face. But I don't think he'll ever do that for me because he wants me to
mm,
believe in him, not because he actually is it. Because I feel like if God actually showed himself to this world, then there's no excuse anymore, right? And that's not fair. That's not free
mm-hmm,
will.
mm,
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so a component of this of the belief is free will, like making the choice.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, okay, I got it. And okay, and then the other way is what would it take for you to believe less, to lower your confidence? What do you think might you know, what circumstance might come about? Do you think?
I think the biggest thing that would make me believe less is if probably I I'm not too sure. I can't think about that. That's a good question.
Mm,
I'm sure there's something.
mm,
I don't know what. Because I've been
mm,
basically Christian since I was born. My mom always took
mm.
me to church. And I don't want, well, actually, that's a lie. I went to church, but I didn't really believe because I didn't know. I was a child. And when I grew up, I'm like, why does my mom always take me to church? Why does she believe God is
Right,
real? And I always
right.
ask these questions.
Mm,
But
mm,
that's a great question. I'm afraid I can't answer that for you. I'm sure there's something, maybe money or
mm.
temptation or lust or something. I don't know, but
Money,
I
like someone
don't know.
paid you to believe less.
No, more like
Hey, I'll pay off all your loans. Just believe less. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I wish. Nah, I wouldn't. I'd probably decline if they tell me not to believe in God.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Right. Okay. Well, yeah. And you know, that's okay to not know. I think I say I don't know a lot as I get older, and I think when I was younger, I had a harder time saying that. Like I felt like I always had to have an answer, but as I get
Yeah.
older, I don't know. That's a pretty good answer for me sometimes. And
Yeah.
okay, so what I like to do is so yeah, when I come here and yeah, I like you said, I do it in a respectful way, but I'm really interested in the not so much like the doctrine or the evidence itself,
Okay.
but I'm really interested in how you determined your belief to be true. Like
Mm.
that's like the crux of it. Like so yeah, I'll start with that. So how did you figure out that this is true? You know, for as far as you believe, you know,
I'll be honest.
as
I
far as your
didn't.
confidence level goes.
Yeah, I haven't figured out if it's like 100% true fact. I'm just going based
Mm.
off evidence that I've seen.
Hmm.
Um, I guess. Do you
Hmm.
mind if I give like my story? Kind of. I'll try to make it short.
Absolutely. Yeah. 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 Go ahead. I'd love to hear it.
Um, I guess one of the biggest things that happened to me was when I was in college. I went to LA to my friend's place, and their grandmother came to me and prayed for me, and she said, "Oh," she started weeping, and she said, "In 2 years, you're gonna go through something horrible." And I'm like, okay,
Mm.
that's interesting. And and then it's funny enough, 2 years later, my parents divorced, and
Mm.
I saw my dad beating my mom, and I had to get in and
Oh, that's
yeah,
rough. Oh
yeah.
man, I'm sorry to hear that.
I mean,
Wow,
that's humans. I'm in good relations with both of them now, but
that's good.
I forgave them because I'm sure there's
That's good.
reasons.
That's rough.
Yeah,
Mm.
but I always wonder, like, how come, like, why did she tell me this? Like, how did she know? And I mean, she could have just been pulling something out her butt, just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna tell him something crazy, and he might believe it. But
Mm.
I don't know. That's just one thing that happened to me.
That's a heck of an event. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I can see that. Wow,
Yeah, it's
pretty
something
heavy.
that, yeah, it's something that moves me still to this day, and I always want to try to be a good person for everyone, not because I have to be, but because I want to honor God and, do
Mm-hmm.
what's right for people, even if they deserve it or
Mm-hmm.
not. Yeah.
Mm. Mm. Wow. If you found out tomorrow that there was a bunch of evidence or some evidence that came out, and you looked at it, the evidence, you studied it, and the evidence told you that your belief is a mistake, how do you think that would change your life?
I wouldn't know what to do anymore. I'd probably be
Mm.
lost. I'd probably have to go looking again for something.
Mm.
I don't know what I would do. But that's a good question.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, would you stop being nice to people?
It depends.
Hmm.
I think that maybe one of the many reasons I'm trying to be good to people is so for a higher power, but then if I can live selflessly or selfishly, then I don't know what I would do.
Mm. Do you think your religion keeps you from living selfishly?
I think it's one of the big reasons. I think love is very important and we have to do good to everyone, because of what God says.
Mm.
But
But you couldn't love somebody without, if you found out God didn't exist, that would remove the reason to love people. Am I hearing that right? I don't want to put words in your mouth.
yeah, it might. It honestly might. If I found out that, God doesn't actually exist and, I'm free to do what I please, then yeah, that might. And I think,
Wow, that's interesting.
yeah, and it sounds horrible, but
It's honest, man, and
yeah,
I don't judge. It's honest. Yeah,
I judge
it's
myself.
honest, and I appreciate that.
Of course.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's honest.
I
And
appreciate talking with you, but I'm sorry, I have to go now.
yeah, yeah,
But
man.
it's been a
No
blessing.
problem.
Really
Thank
appreciate it.
you for the good talk. Yeah, I appreciate you coming up, man. Thank you for the honesty too, man.
Of
And
course.
I'm glad. Your parents you and your parents sorted things out, man. That must have been a tough time. So I'm just
got
glad it's
through it.
better. Right on, man.
Yeah.
That's good to hear.
All right.
All
So
right. Well, hey, if you see me on, man, come back on and we can talk more. But I'd love to talk to you more.
I'll try to follow you.
Right on, man. Okay. That sounds good. All right. Have a good day.
Yep. See ya.
All right. See you.